Hello there, this is DBT and these are the rooms. And alright, let's continue playing some more Asphalt Legends Unite. And today, the new season, Carnival Rush, just started, and with it comes the usual stuff that you would expect. A new Unite Pass, the new daily events, a special events, and even changes to multiplayer that actually get me really excited. And we're going to have a look at all of that, but before I jump into it, if you enjoy my content, please hit the like button and subscribe to this channel, because doing that makes this channel to be discovered a bit more, and the channel can continue growing, and I can continue making these videos for you. So go ahead, if you want more of this, like and subscribe. But alright, first things first, let's talk about the Unite Pass. And of course, this is the premium Unite Pass. You know, you have to pay your $10 or so in order to acquire it. But just real quick, I like having a look at this because it gives us a little bit of a roadmap as to what is going to be happening throughout the season. Even though in the patch notes already they talked about the events and whatnot, it's still kind of cool to see. So starting off, obviously the Unite Pass section over here is the premium free pass. Well, it's just a little bit of rewards that you can get as a free player from here. But yeah, we got the blueprints for the new Unite Pass card, the Praga Bohemia, that I'm gonna continue pronouncing that because it sounds better than Bohema. But anyway, so the usual stuff, right? Some wildcards, fuel. Then we got over here some blueprints for the Chimera Evo 37 that we know is gonna be a Grand Prix, even an Epic. Moving forward, same usual stuff. Porsche Panamera Turbo S, which is gonna be required for something that I already forgot. Some blueprints for the, oh my god, Lamborghini SC63, that LMH style Lambo. That while over here in my global account I already have even at gold. I'm really hyped to get it on my Switch account. So yeah, there's that. Some more blueprints for the Praga, the usual stuff. Then over here we got some blueprints for the Aston Martin Victor, which we know is going to be a car hunt. Very peculiar emoji, but okay. More for the Praga, and blueprints for the Pagani Imola, which is also a special event that will be coming up later towards the season. As you can see in tier 18, that tells you that it's on the second half, actually going towards the, I suppose, the last quarter of the season, but somewhere over there. I'm not exactly sure of the date. Then over here we start getting finally blueprints for the HTT Plethore. What else do we have around here? Praga. Epics for the Praga, and even a decal, of course, the usual stuff, and that's about it. Then the last blueprints that you're gonna need for the car, and yeah. So obviously not a whole lot of super interesting stuff over here, but still, I think, like I said, it kind of gives us a little bit of a roadmap as to what's gonna be happening throughout the season, which, by the way, is gonna be 28 days, so that is 4 weeks, which makes it a little bit curious because if we have a look at the events, at the daily events, well, where is my car hunt? Now, don't get me wrong, there's a car hunt already going on over here, the one that from last week for the NSX GT3 Evo. But actually, for some reason here in my global account, it doesn't show me the car hunt for the RTR spec something. So let me show you real quick on my Switch. Here we go. So this is my Nintendo Switch, and over here if we go to daily event, never mind the fact that some of these images never finish loading, because that's just kind of how it is here on the Switch. It has been bugged for the longest time. But yeah, so now over here we do have the hunt. It does show that, wait, it doesn't show anymore. What? It was showing here earlier before I started recording this video. Anyway, yeah, so there's a car hunt going on right now, which is for the Ford RTR, whatever that thing is called. And here we go, here it is. Now, I literally just bought the Unite Pass here on my Switch account. And I don't know if that is how you get to show this thing. I mean, I was gonna buy it anyway. I do go premium in my Switch account, but either way. So yeah, here's the hunt for the Mustang RTR something. And just to show you real quick the cars that are required, the Ford GT and the Cadillac CN in order to get your 10 blueprints guaranteed. I'm gonna be doing this hunt because obviously I only have the car at 2 stars. So yeah, I'm interested in doing that. But the whole point why I wanted to talk about this is because this is the only car hunt for this week. Now, you remember how I made a point to say that the season was gonna be 4 weeks? So here's, when I was reading the patch notes, and I'm gonna show you right now, I thought that this was either a mistake or maybe this was just a thing that the season was gonna be shorter. Because over here, if you notice, where it says the car hunts, Unite Pass hunt for the Mustang RTR spec, fair enough, Unite Pass, so they were very clear about that, that was understood. Then hunt for the Porsche Panamera Turbo S, the Porsche 911 50 years Porsche design, and the Aston Martin Victor. That's 4 hunts. So, aren't we missing one? Because again, normally when you have a Unite Pass hunt, then it's that hunt plus an additional hunt for non-payer or non-premium players, let's say it that way. So in total, in a 4-week season, there should be 5 car hunts, 4 regular ones and 1 for the Unite Pass. But it seems that this week we won't have one. So like I said, I figured that this was either a thing that the season was going to be 3 weeks, so that's why there's only 3 regular car hunts plus the other one, or that maybe they completely forgot to add one over there, maybe one of those community voted type of things, and they didn't want to specify it there. I didn't know. I just thought that it was kind of curious, but I was more leaning towards maybe this is a 3-week season, but no, it is 4 weeks, so I really don't know what to make of this. Once again, I'm back to my regular account, I mean to the global account, not the Switch one, where I'm not premium here, so I don't have the other hunt. So I don't know. Maybe it's if you're not a premium player, this is gonna be your week off from hunts or something. I don't know. I just thought that it was kind of curious, and I think it's a bit of a unique situation. Honestly, I would imagine that maybe GameLoft is gonna do something last minute to fix this, because it does seem really weird to not have a hunt for a week. So I don't know. So I just thought that it was a little bit curious. Now, talking about the Unite Pass, because this is something that I thought was kind of curious. They added a new perk. They even mentioned it over here. No gas consumption in career mode. So now this is a new perk from when you get this pass. In fact, I should have shown it to you when I bought it on my Switch just now. But yeah, once you buy it, oh, apparently it's on discount for me. Nah, I'm not gonna do it. But still, it even gives you the unlimited fuel for career. It shows you the icon once you get it. And like, oh, that's interesting. Now, how good is that? I honestly don't know. I suppose, no, honestly, I don't know how useful that's gonna be to play in career. But, well, I mean, that's a new perk, so there is that. I don't know what to tell you about it. I'm not leaning towards that being a good or a bad thing. Maybe it's good in order to, you know, keep on trying in career, especially with those cars with very little fuel and you have them on the rank but you still want to try. Maybe that is okay, but other than that, I really don't get it. But hey, it's fine. This was a change that was not announced anywhere, so we literally just kind of discovered that. But hey, not complaining, but again, not particularly excited about it. Now, here's another thing that I wanted to talk about, and that is going to be the special event for the HTT Locus Plethore LC750 special event. Now, we already knew what were the cars that were going to be support for this. Just as a quick overview, we got the Lamborghini Sesto Elemento, we got the Lambo SE18, we got the Saleen S7, Bugatti Divo, and the, what is it called? Chimera, whatever. This car that is going to be on a Grand Prix soon, I think. So those are the main cars. From here onwards, they just continue repeating. This basically has a two round per car type of setup for this special event. Now, doing a bit of, I guess I'll just give you the quick overview. In stage 2, you can get 5 blueprints. Stage 3, you can get 4. In stage 4, you can get 5. In stage 5, you can get 1. I'm talking blueprints obviously for the main car. That's what I'm talking about. Over here, you can get, what is this? Stage 6, you can get 5, 1. And then over here is where it's this, let's say the second round where the cars get repeated. And over here, you need the cars at considerably higher stars. Here's where you start needing the cars basically at max stars. And for example, in this stage alone, you can get 8 blueprints for the main car. But the cool part is that we're back to where, well, an epic, for example, over here for the Sesto Elemento. And, well, the Sesto is not a key car, so that doesn't really apply. But for example, over here for the SE20, that it is a key car, you can get the key over here. If you have obviously the car at max stars, so that is kind of neat. If for some reason you have the car at max stars but not the key. Same situation over here for the Saleen, so that's kind of neat. So in all of these round 2, let's call them round 2 stages, it's 8 blueprints, more 8 blueprints. Over here you can get 2. I believe this one is 8 and 10 blueprints over here. And over here is 15. I don't think you can get blueprints over here. I think this is for epics mostly. Yes, it's for 3 epics. All right, so the total amount of blueprints that you can get through these stages, assuming you have all of the cars at max stars, is going to be 70 blueprints from the stages. All right, from the stages, 70 out of 85. However, you can get the rest of the blueprints over here in the milestones. So that's exactly going to be 15 additional blueprints. So you're going to have exactly enough to unlock the car. And just adding up all of the epics that you can get in the regular stages, you're gonna be able to get 8 epics and another 11 epics. No, excuse me, not 11. How many? No, not 11, definitely not. I think it was 3. Yeah, 3 epics. I don't know why I had written down 11, but yeah. 3 epics over here. And of course, in the last stage, depending on how you do over here, you can get an additional few. So yeah, I just want to give you a little bit of a overview of this event, I am personally, well, here in my global account, I'm not going to make a whole lot of progress. I do have some of these cards, but for example, this is only a 3-star, so it's only going to take me so far. In my global account, excuse me, on my Switch account is where I hope to get to these stages just to get the epics for these 2 cards. Other than that, I'm not particularly interested in anything else but the tokens, because I know I'm not going to be unlocking this card, and I'm particularly not interested in unlocking it either. So to me, this is just like, it's fine. It's another event, more tokens, get whatever you can get, and just roll with it. Now, the other thing that I thought that was very, very cool is the fact that finally, after so long, multiplayer has reset again. Jesus Christ, you have heard me complain about this whole thing with how the multiplayer is set up right now and the fact that it doesn't reset after every season. You don't really get to play with your low-ranked cards, but now it has finally reset. We're in Winter Rise Round 1, and that means that you are basically unranked. So in my case, I suppose I'm technically in Bronze 3 because instantly gives me the option to start driving these things. So that's kind of neat, but well, you know, it's going to be a little bit of a process to grind, not too long, but I still think that is kind of fun in order to use some of these cars. So maybe I'll do a test of some of these cars of the lower classes just because, hey, if you have an idea of which car of low class you want me to do a test soon, let me know. I'll wait for some suggestion and maybe I'll do a video like that. But anyway, what is interesting about this is that finally, after they announced it, since I think it was the Q&A, that finally the free try cars are not at 1 star. For example, we got the Nissan 370Z Neon Edition. Now it looks like it's gold and it's a free try, but it is actually not gold. It is max stars -1. So yeah, this being a 4-star card, you got the free try at 3 stars and obviously maxed out to those 3 stars. So that is honestly kind of cool because, again, it's not as useless as getting the free tries. I mean, in these low classes, it doesn't matter so much. But let me see. I don't think I can see them just now. Oh, I can see this one, for example. Yeah. So same thing. It's a 4-star card, but they give you the free try at 3 stars. So especially in higher leagues and whatnot, once you start getting a free try of, I don't know, some other cars, and turns out that the free try is at 1 star, they're completely useless. So for example, this is going to be a free try, but my own version of the car is already at gold, so I get to drive it at gold, or so it seems. I've seen some people being confused about this with the Vanda, and honestly, I don't quite understand. For example, my Gallardo, it's a free try, so I would imagine if I didn't have it upgraded to the 5th star, it would be a free try at 4. So the weird thing is, for example, like I was saying, the Vanda, I did see it earlier on before I started recording. Where the heck is the Vanda? Oh, there it is. So for example, the Vanda, it's a free try. Wait, hold up. Is this at 5? Oh yeah, because it's a 6-star car, of course. So it's 5 out of 6. Now, why is this one not in the blue color? I don't know. Is it based on the leagues that it's the color? I have no idea. But yeah, this is also a free try at max -1 star. But I don't know, apparently some people already have it high star, and I don't quite understand how this is working. Oh, I'm really excited to try the Porsche 935, a car that I've barely ever driven. Again, 5-star, but even those 6-star cars, when they're at 5 stars, they're not terrible. They're not bad. They're considerably alright. Obviously not as good as they're gonna be at their maximum amount of stars, but still, this gives a fantastic opportunity, because if I'm a new player that somehow made it into Gold 1, but I don't happen to have any of these cars, because to be fair, all of these cars are relatively rare. This is rare, relatively rare as well, rare, relatively rare, rare. So I would have absolutely nothing to drive over here, but there's a free drive for the Porsche 935, and at 5 stars, that's pretty neat. So I'm really glad that they finally applied this update, this change, and yeah, I see that as a big W. So yeah, I find that very neat. Now, there's also obviously MP2 over here. There hasn't, as far as I know, there hasn't been many changes. It's just that it's kind of cool that we have a bunch of free tries as usual. And you got a free try for the Devo. We got a free try for the HTT Plethore in case you want to try it out. I haven't driven it myself. That's not the intention in this video. The Pagani Mola. So hey, you can look at all of the free tries and enjoy that. This is another big thing that I've praised about Asphalt Legends Unite compared to Asphalt 9. All of these free tries in multiplayer in this way, where there's still the matchmaking happens through the rank, even if it's a little bit lopsided, because that's kind of how MP2 works over here. But still, I think it's a bit more interesting to learn how the car performs against cars of similar rank, as opposed to how it was in Asphalt 9. But let's not get into it. Well, the other thing that I really wanted to talk about is, of course, the private room feature. Now, this already was implemented since the game was patched, so people have been already playing with it. But if for some reason you haven't seen it, you haven't tried it, you can now go and create a private room and just play by yourself. You no longer need to have anybody else in the room with you in order to start the race, because normally if you would go ready over here, it would just stay as ready and nothing would happen because there was no one else to play with. But over here, now you can, well, as usual, you can do your race settings and set up which map you want to do, which version of the map you want to do, and whatever, right? By the way, I keep on saying, GameLoft, for the love of God, please add a button that says save or okay. It never makes it clear if it's saving it or not, but anyway. So you can configure, for example, collisions and takedowns. If you want ghost mode, no takedowns. That's indestructible, right? For how long you want to be ghost at the start of the race and whatnot. Obviously, this doesn't matter when you're playing solo, just saying that this is some of the changes that you can do. So yeah. And then you can just go ahead and jump into the race. The beauty about this is that it doesn't consume fuel. So this is indeed a fantastic opportunity for you to practice a particular track if that's what you want to do. Or if you're like myself, where I can even have fun just driving the car for a little bit because it's like, yeah, I just want to drive this car that I own because I like the car and I want to drive it. Well, there you go. You have that opportunity too. Now, this is not to be confused with the quick race mode that we have on the Nintendo Switch. That's a different thing. Although similar, it is different because that one, I've shown it before. But basically, you can also race against the AI. Not that it's much of a challenge or anything, but hey, you can do that. The selection of tracks is actually very outdated. The last track we have available over there for a custom race, it's Buenos Aires, I think, and it only has like 3 variants of it. So yeah, it's a bit of outdated, the quick race mode, but that one does have like a mini career. It also doesn't use fuel and whatnot. But yeah, technically this is not the same thing. It's as close as it's gonna get, I suppose, and I'm okay with this. Even though this does require still an internet connection in order to do, and you know that I'm big on being able to play even if I don't have an internet connection, but whatever. At the very least, now you have an opportunity to drive your cars and not even have to worry about your fuel. If you're like, oh man, I have this Koenigsegg Agera race that I really have been trying to learn, but I only have 3 fuel, I can never play enough races in a row in order to get used to the physics. Now you can, because you can just jump into one of these and do 4 laps on a 90-second track and practice a lot with the cars. So that is very cool. I'm really glad to see this change being added over here. So big W for GameLoft in that regard. Like I said, I also like a lot the change on MP1. So there's definitely a bunch of different things that just happened here in the game, and I'm excited about the whole thing. Like I said in the patch notes reviews, well, I'm not particularly interested on the main car of the season and, you know, the HTT Plethore and all of that stuff. Some of the other changes are still pretty good, and I'm just checking again to see if any chance the car hunt would appear, but nothing. So yeah, we don't know what's going to happen with the missing car hunt. Hopefully we're going to get something. Oh, and I didn't even talk about this whole thing, but you know, the Legend Pass showcase where you get to drive the main car of the Legend Pass at gold stats if you want to try it out. Maybe I should try it out because I'm curious to see how that feels. I imagine it's going to be a pretty agile one. You also have the other one where you can get tokens based on the cars that you own from the season. You got the overclock showcase or whatever it's called, where you get to drive the overclockable cars of the season, overclocked in a particular TLE, you know, all of that stuff, the normal things, right? I don't think I need to show you a whole lot of that. You can always check that by yourself. Sorry for the coughing, guys. All right, so how does this drive and why is this so quiet? Okay, my in-game sound was at 45% for some reason. Fine. Well, what engine sound is that? I don't think I recognize it, but yes. All right, so I did say when I was looking at the stats of this car that I thought that this was going to be similar to the Ares S1. It does seem to be a somewhat agile car. I would need to drive it more than in a single race that lasts 30 seconds. So I don't know. But then again, being a Legend or Unite Pass car, yeah, I'm eventually going to have a good opportunity to try it more. Come to think about it, it's actually a free trial already in MP2, so if you want to drive it more, you can drive it over there. But yes, I was saying, the Carnival Rush Season Showcase, where you can get tokens based on the cars that you have over here. The cars of the season featured are going to be the Chimera, Lamborghini Murcielago, Porsche Panamera Turbo S, SC63, the Zagato, Vector, SC20, Imola, Devo, and the HTT Locus Plethore. The showcase for the overclock cars is basically the same selection of cars, just like I said. It's overclocked and you get to drive them a little bit, so you can also try some of these cars in this way. So yeah, I just wanted to do a quick update as to all of the stuff that happened here in the game now that the new season has begun. I hope you found this useful or entertaining in some way. If you did, please hit the like button in the video. Once again, subscribe to the channel if you want to see more stuff like this. But for now, that's all. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye!